Oh man. Goddamn.
Holy shit.
Let's get started. Welcome to episode 10 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. I am your host, Chenzo. I am here today, of course, with my co-host, Kyle motherfucking Brendan Shea.
What's going on, folks?
And we have a special guest today. My fucking dog. One of my best friends growing up. My fucking brother. Excuse the language if your mom's watching. Love you, Mrs. Munger. But we got my boy, Daniel, Heavy D, Dando, Trap at the Dando, Danny Mung in the building, Daniel Munger. Thanks for coming out, bro.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for that introduction. It was perfect.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad you wanted to come sit down with us.
Oh, of course. I always love sitting.
Me too.
So, where should we get started, man? You want to just like tell us? We know more about you than the audience, but you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I grew up in Norton. Lived a few houses down from Chenzo. Yes, a lot of great memories.
Yeah, for sure. Years of memories.
I know I'm just I'm a quiet guy, but I'm also kind of a space cadet. There's a lot going on in my head. You just don't know it. I don't know if there's really much more to say.
That's a good description.
24 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Recent college graduate.
Yeah, like I work in an accounting office where I just sit at a desk.
Where'd you go to school?
Went to Colby Sawyer College, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Did you like it?
I did like it. It was and I really liked how it was very mountainous. It was a beautiful view.
A lot of hiking.
Yeah, there's always plenty of hiking. So much.
Is Adventure Man over here. Man vs. Wild over here. Used to love that when we were younger, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you remember?
Of course.
Wow.
There's definitely a huge Man vs. Wild phase for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. I'm not denying it. Yeah, I loved Man vs. Wild, even if it is fake.
What's the guy's name on that show? What is it?
I don't know.
It's not Bear Grylls.
I thought it was Bear Grylls.
I don't know.
I think that's a different show.
Oh, damn. I had no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I love those adventure shows. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Just people trying to survive out in the wild.
Naked and Afraid. Could you guys go on that show?
Could I? I mean, I'm sure I could. I mean, like, where do I sign up?
Would you?
Survivor.
Oh, I'd go on Survivor easily.
That was one of my favorite shows growing up.
I love that. Dude, there's so many freaking seasons. What
Yeah,
season
like
do you
30
remember?
seasons.
Like,
I don't know. It's hard to remember
From growing up.
now. There's just like it was just always good to watch. I guess like the seasons where they had like all like the winners, like or the heroes and villains.
yes,
going.
Russell Hanson,
Yeah,
Boston Rob.
Boston Rob, legend. I recently saw that Jack Harlow had a concert in Boston, and he like shouted out Boston Rob on Twitter or Instagram, like saying like get him to my show, and he showed up, and like they got a picture together after the show.
Nice.
Thought that was funny.
That is funny.
The power of the internet.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, dude, we're on the podskeee. It's available on YouTube and Spotify.
We finally made it to 10 episodes.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty cool.
That's double digits.
Yes, sir. Danny Mung joining us on the pod for episode 10.
So when did you guys meet? You met in like what?
I
when
moved
you were like
into my old neighborhood when I was 4 years old. This is like 2003. And I think me and Daniel had met a little bit before that. I met him and his brothers, at some like party with like our moms like knew each other somehow, or you know, like just family friends, I guess. You know, all these girls in the town or women in the town are friends, you know, and they get together and they bring their kids or whatever. This is like vague memories, you know, like I barely remember this shit, but I have a vivid memory of not vivid. I just remember one thing specifically, which was like we were all eating fudgicles.
Okay, so you have like vivid.
And Dan's
moments.
like, I fucking forgot this. Do you remember that?
Well, not the fudgicles.
Yeah, it's the only thing I remember. Like me and Tim talk about that. Like that was like one of the first moments that we met. Like we were just eating fudgicles, being like first meeting each other, and then I moved into the neighborhood, and like we've been boys ever since. Like he's my brother. Like I love this man more than most people. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I lived in that neighborhood for 18 years. I just moved out a couple months ago.
I met him at the your graduation party that day.
Really? That was
Yes.
an interesting time.
Oh, that was a fun party.
Yes.
One last hoorah at the old house. I was performing some songs there. I had some boys from school there.
I know.
A bunch
dude.
of my friends from home.
Christian and
Danny
Dan.
Lightwork.
Yes, they drove all the way from
New York.
New York City. Yeah,
I
that's
think
cool.
Dan came from Connecticut. He was still there, I believe, but
That's awesome.
him and Steph, his girlfriend, were there. Shout out to Steph and Danny.
Yeah, delight.
Late Night Delight. He's come to Norton a couple times. You know, for some of the shows that I've thrown. And Dan's helped out too for some of the shows I've thrown. He's helped me sell some merch.
Hawking t-shirts.
Hawk.
What? I've never heard hawk.
Like selling.
Okay,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
never.
Okay.
Yeah, this man was running the merch booth.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Also, I think I still have my hat that I bought from you.
The old Chenzo dad hats with the peace sign V on it.
Yes.
That's class. What was the first thing like you made for like a shirt or a hat?
I had the first shirt I made was the white long sleeve with the peace sign on it and the Chenzo 99 on the back. There's only 2 of those ever made. I have one and my friend Fatty. We call him Fatty, Fat Dawson. He's got
Fucking Kai. Only refer to people in nickname form. What is this? The 20s?
Shout out Fat Dawson. He's the only other person that has that like original Chenzo long sleeve.
That original merch.
And then I
Collectible.
I still have mine too. It's like wicked beat up though. It's definitely looking old because that was 3 years ago. You know, almost
Yeah.
4.
Clothes take a beating.
So yeah, that was like after or during my first year of college. You know, that second semester of 2018, going into the summer. That's when I started putting out music. Knight Rider came out that summer. And, you know, been rolling ever since. And then, so then I think I made a bunch of those hats that summer too. I made some snapbacks with the peace sign logo on it. And then some dad hats. I think I got 20 something of the dad hats and then 10 snapbacks. So I have one of I have one of each, and then I sold the rest. Like those sold pretty well, and then I've gone. There's still T-shirts over there that I have.
I know.
Doing some merch inventory.
I
Just seeing what I got, and yeah. So let's talk more about Daniel San over here. So how has work been going for you, bud?
Oh, it's going well. I mean, thing is, well, most people consider the job to be boring, but I think it's coming along quite fine. You know, like one thing I like about the job is how sometimes I get free seafood because I work at a seafood place. This Friday I got some salmon, some mussels, some shrimp.
Woo!
What's funny is I actually found out that the seafood place I work at, they also have dog food.
What?
I'm like, wait, what? Like, what kind of dog food is this?
Some seafood dog food.
Well, yeah, but like, I've never heard of it before.
I feel like
Yeah.
I've definitely seen like commercials or something that with them like using different kind of meats or something. You know, I don't know.
Dude, nowadays, like, I remember my first dog, like, we fed it, like, just, like, normal, like, dog food all the time. And now, like, my mom's, like, really into, oh, you gotta give him, like, a carrot and a freaking banana and meat. And, like, now everyone's fancy, but fish dog food? I don't know.
They probably like it. I don't
They
know.
probably do. Dude, imagine tasting something you never tasted before. They'd probably, like, fucking freaking out.
Quite frankly, I don't know like what dogs won't eat.
Oh, yeah.
But you like seafood, Dan? You're a big fan of seafood
I am a fan of seafood. I actually just had seafood.
for dinner?
What'd you
Was
have?
it-
Yeah, I had some salmon, the mussels, pretty much what I brought home from work.
What you just talked about? Dude, I love mussels. You ever have like mussels Diablo, like mussels with like spaghetti sauce, like that, and bread? It's so freaking good.
I have not.
Okay, I have not tried that.
You gotta
but-
try it.
Okay, I will. I'll try it.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I try it, I'll hit you up and tell you how I think.
You'll be like, it was delicious.
But Dan's mom was the one who put me on to salmon. Like I'm not a big I'm not a big seafood guy.
She said, Vinny, try
You
this.
gotta try it, and I was just like, this is after like years of probably getting me to try it. Honestly, you know. And I eventually gave in. It was like, you know what, this is pretty good. And now like my dad will make salmon all the time because I love salmon. That's like really the only fish I like to eat. Like lobster is okay. You know, I don't really eat much seafood.
You're really picky eater.
Yeah, I am for
Jeez.
sure.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I remember I was like shocked when like you actually took food that my mom offered you because it seems like for years, whenever she would do that, you'd say, nah, I'm good.
Since your mom tried to get me to eat broccoli, and I was like, oh, dude. I hate broccoli so much.
Oh my god. Like a little kid. What did you eat when you were a kid? Like chicken nuggets or something?
Yeah, but yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
You ate Pop-Tarts, you ate Smuckers.
Fucking rolls. I just eat straight up rolls.
Yes.
Granola bars.
It's like a little mouse in the house, freaking eating up the.
Hey man, I'm getting better with it, you know. I've been
That's
eating a
just
lot
funny,
more
man.
recently. Helps probably with being sober. I'm more focused on my well-being than, you know, getting high.
It's a good way to be.
Just getting to where I want to be going. Put on some weight because I'm definitely underweight. And, you know, it's not healthy to be underweight or overweight. You know, so just trying to get my life together slowly but surely.
Same here, man. Holy shit. It's a battle every day, right?
Dan's in pretty great shape, though. He's always been one to work out and take care of himself.
Do you work out?
Well, yeah, I do work out. I mean, with COVID, I'm kind of paranoid, afraid to go to the gym. I've actually started doing this short 20-minute workout at home with just like a mix of jumping jacks, push-ups, glute bridges. It's I don't know. It's boring.
Just the same old
That's good
shit.
though. Hey, you know, gym membership's probably freaking expensive.
Let's see. Well, my gym membership used to be free because I used to work at the gym, but now I'm not really working at the gym. Like I never actually told them that I quit,
Nice.
and so like I was trying to see how long I could go, you know, without having to pay for the membership, you know, and not work there.
Slide dog.
And yeah, I think they caught up to me, so now I have to pay.
But you're
So
not going
wait. So you quit, and then you would go back to the gym and be like, just put your card there and just look at them like, and then
Well, I mean, I didn't really quit. I just never really volunteered to go back
right.
to work.
It's one of those jobs like, oh well. So wait, what do you mean? Did you lose it because of COVID?
Well, okay, that's part of it. Well, it's mostly just they asked me if I wanted to work, and I'd probably say, nah, you know, I can't.
Right.
Got
You
some.
They ask, yeah, can you do the shift? No, I'm good. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, then, you know, I mean, they would probably ask me, like, if I wanted to, like, take any shifts permanently. I'd be like, no, I can't do that right now. I got better things to do. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got a full-time job now.
Yeah, and I mean, on account of the full-time job and having to take the train every day, it's been like kind of a little bit harder to actually make time to have like a full heavy workout.
Oh yeah, same here. What's a crazy? Have you seen anything crazy on the train? Like taking it because you take it in the morning, right? Like
Yeah.
I bet it's not that crazy in the morning, but there was probably something.
Let's see. Well, I can tell you one thing that happened when I was at South Station.
Oh boy.
I was using the bathroom, and I don't know. I just look over at this one guy who's just drying his hands. I think he just washed his hands. All I did was look at him because he was just like talking to himself. I was just like, "What was this guy saying? Is he talking to me?" I know. And then he's
Just fucking chattering to himself.
yeah. So then he looks over at me, and then he was just like started talking about how he was gonna cut me, something like that.
Jesus, dude.
I don't know.
Christ Almighty.
I mean, I just sort of just backed away and just walked as fast as I could because who knows, maybe he had a knife.
Yeah, it's far. Dude, you see some fucking weird characters in Boston.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, you've been in there a lot recently.
Oh yeah, so like I'll be working at the Arbor House. You know, I get that break in between shows when I'm working like the 2 shows in like after each other, and I'm just like walking, around the streets at downtown Cross and get like some food or something, and I just learned never. I feel bad not looking at like homeless people or some things and just ignoring them, but like you're better off because you never know what they're gonna do if you just even look at them. They might just like this one guy was like doing like what Daniel was saying. He's just kind of like talking to himself and like just like just being jittery and all, just like sus. And then like me and my friend Reggie are walking by him, and you look at him and he starts saying something like, you got any money or something, and we were just like looked away and just started like, nah, like just kept walking. He just started like freaking out, dude. Like just freaking out, dude. I was like that's why you don't look at them, dude, because like they might just start.
Yeah, you spit on them and run.
They just start geeking out, dude. So you feel bad because they obviously got like probably a lot of problems, but it's like, bud,
yeah, definitely one. No home.
I'm broken. I'm broken.
I'm broken. I can't help you.
That too, but I'm I'm broke. I'm here working for some money, bro. I'm not gonna give you some of my money.
I never give them money. When I was like a kid, I was like, I had a little soft heart, and I would like.
Yeah.
Like when you see like a homeless family like at a like supermarket or something?
No. I've never seen like a collective group of homeless
It happens.
people.
It happens in poor areas.
I don't think I've seen that either.
Yeah, but like that I saw that like and they're holding the sign up, we need money, and I gave them $20. And this was like when we were like not even in high school yet. We didn't have cars.
Yeah.
And my friends looked at me like, "Are you freaking stupid?" And like who knows if it was a scam or whatever, but yeah, I don't ever give them money.
Yeah, I used to feel bad too when I was younger. Like, say you're like, I was going to like a Red Sox game with my dad, and you just like see one, you're like, oh, let's give him a couple dollars or, some change or whatever. But now it's just like I feel bad, but I just never even, or like even when like people are just like sitting at like a stop sign or like a red light, and they're just standing there just asking every car that comes out. I don't even like look their way, bro. Like don't even come up to my car asking me for money, dude. Like,
well, like it's like that old thing, like they're just gonna buy booze with it. I was in my work car and there were like some random like socks that were like just probably been in there for like a while, and I saw a homeless guy and I hauled the socks out the car and he took the socks. So at least he had warm socks.
That's nice.
That I believe in.
So, another quick story. When I was living in Nashville, in 2020. I went to the liquor store one time and just pulled up and parked, and there's just like homeless guy out there, and he came like right up to my car, and I was just like, he's like, I think he's like tapping on my window, like asking for like change or whatever. So like I ended up just like giving him like some change, and he just kept asking for more, and I was just like, literally gave him all the change I was in my car, and like rolled up my window and was like go away. Like, again, why you just never do it, you know? It's just like they don't leave you alone. They'll just keep asking you for more.
Jeez, well, I mean, that kind of sounds like it worked for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of homeless people in Nashville for sure.
It's scary.
Just like people like playing, not even say that people, like there's a lot of like street performers and stuff that like not necessarily saying that those people are homeless, but you can tell that some of them are just like, will have like random signs just like saying like basically like give me money, or they're just like sitting on the ground with like their dog or something, like, you know, and I'm just like blackout drunk just roaming the streets, like, you know. Maybe I might be a little generous then, but like I don't know.
Booze makes people generous. That's like that old joke, like, oh, you become like best friends with someone when you're hammered, and then you meet them the next day, and you're like, goodbye.
That happened once in college. We weren't like obviously not like best friends. We were just one night I met this kid and we were just like both like turned up and we just had a good time. And then like I saw him like maybe like a week later in my apartment building, and we both like walked by each other, like acted like we don't know each other because we really just didn't remember. And then like at the same time we both remembered where we knew each other from. Turned around like, yo, wait, I remember you, dude. And I talked to him a few more times after that. I think I have him on Snapchat, but like I don't want to talk to that kid. We're not like friends really.
That's funny. That happened to my roommate in college. He like he went to a party, got super drunk, got blackout drunk. And then he's like in the cafeteria like the next couple days or whatever, and they're all like, "Oh, yo, Tom, how's it going?" And like just like a group of people, and he's got a very deadpan face. And he's like, "Who are you?" You know, and they're like, "Oh, you did all this crazy shit, like Tom, we love you." It's like that's so weird, like just like something happened and it's completely out of your mind.
Yeah, it happens.
And he was just there being a party animal. That's crazy.
That's what booze does, you know. You have a good time, but you can't remember it.
Yep.
That was like that story I told from that night, the first episode of the pod, when I went out and got like
Right.
blackout
That's a good
I
example.
had
of
added
that.
a bunch of people on Instagram and they were hitting me up with DMs the next day, like, and I didn't remember who they were. I was just like, I literally said like, I'm so sorry, but like I do not remember you guys. Like barely. I said like vaguely remember meeting you guys. Like,
What did they say after that? Like,
they,
oh,
like, no
okay.
worries. It was a great time. I'm like,
Well, you were a fun time. Have a good life.
pretty much. I still follow them, dude. Shout them out. I don't even remember their names. I think
Shout out
one
you
of them
random
was
people.
Steven. They got married. So that's I think why they were there. But interesting times. Oh, Heavy D, tell us about your college experience. What'd you get out of college, and you know, how'd you like it?
All right, well, I definitely don't have as many crazy party stories as you guys, since my campus was pretty strict. Like, I was kind of afraid to drink and all that. But, I mean, there were times when I did, you know, kind of have some fun, you know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, mostly, well, there was a bar on campus. I don't know, I remember when I played rugby, I injured my shoulder. I was just, like, wearing a sling for, I don't know, for, like, 2 days. I just kind of spent that the night when I got that injury just at the bar, just drinking beer, trying to numb the pain of having that shoulder, having been down one shoulder, I should say. I don't know. I don't remember really much on the night. Just I don't know. I remember one point when my friends came over. It was like, "Hey, Dan," and I was like, "Oh, hey, I know you."
You're just drinking at the bar by yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I decided just like walk there and then just, you know, and I'm just seeing people there.
Yeah.
I guess it's what a lot of people do that when they go to the bar. They just like they go there themselves and they expect to see people there.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's I remember senior year. There were definitely times when I like kind of my roommate and I, when he and I would actually get drunk and blast music and just start dancing crazy.
So much fun.
Yeah. Like he and I would both crank that Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy up in this. Oh, we were talking about that last week. Soldier Boy, how we grew up. Basically, all of our music.
Man, you're dang ugly.
Yeah, like, you know, a lot of our music taste came from Dan's older brother Tom. You know, he had an old iTunes account on his in the computer in the basement, which is where, you know, as kids, like, we spent like the majority of our time in Dan's basement, just hanging out, like playing backyard baseball. And
Did you have the cool basement?
You could say it was cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Tricked out, TV, video games.
Well, yeah, there was TV, video games, so yeah.
You know, we get to look the little mini hoop down there. We'd be balling up,
God.
you know, just killing time. You know, there was not much else to do as kids.
Yeah.
We'd be making YouTube videos and stuff. Me and Daniel both used to have our own YouTube channels. That was an interesting time in history.
Yeah, it was. Jeez, wonder if there's any way to see those anymore.
I know, right? You gotta dig them up.
Probably if you go on like our old hard drives of our computers, but they're all, my old YouTube channel is deleted, long gone.
I did that too with my like best friend, like that was in one of my neighborhoods, and we did it was like a skit show, and the name of the character was Benny the Brainiac. And I was Neville the Nerd. And we just did little, like, pretend to be, like, nerdy. We had, like, glasses. And, like, that's what we did for fun.
This man had, you know, you love film, obviously. So
Yeah.
that's funny that, you know, you were doing that shit when you were younger, too.
Yeah.
We had so many different shows.
Remember, I think it was, like, one of the first ones we did was, like, a talk show. Was it Tim's Night?
Tim's Night, yeah. His brother Tim would, like, host it, and he'd, like, come out till we'd be playing Party Rock Anthem off my computer in the background. And this man would come out and say, yo, welcome to Tim's Night. And then
I need to dig those up. Those are some valuable podcasts with Chenzo on them before EEP.
And then we'd have, like, you know, we'd pretend to be various guests. Like, we just make up stories of, like, who this person is, and they'd like be guests on the show. Like,
that's awesome.
My sister would even do it sometimes with us, my cousins, or, you know, whoever was hanging out at the time.
I remember, I think we kind of thought like having a blooper reel was like gonna make it great, so we would actually put in a blooper reel, but then we would actually stage these bloopers.
Mess up on purpose?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh god, that's funny.
I don't know. I mean, I guess to those that didn't know they would stage it, it looked believable. I hope.
So then we would like burn them. We'd finish editing them. We'd like burn them onto like CDs and like play it for, you know, like our families and stuff on the TV and whatnot. We had so many different things. Like there was the WWE show with Mazur that we did. You know, so much. Those were like the days, man.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember when, you know, we would be like fake fighting, like, you know, we would be like doing moves and we had to act hurt, but then we like wanted to win so bad in our fights that we probably we get hit by a chair, but would pretend like we got hit by a chair, but then we'd be like, oh nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
classic.
it's hard to fake. Everyone wants to win too. You know, no one wants to lose.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard. If you hit your finisher, man, like you're done for pretty much. Or you can make someone tap out.
This time of year makes me miss being a kid because of the sledding. Going on a tube or sledding. I loved that so much.
Yeah.
The snow days.
Yeah.
Do you remember going down the hill in my yard?
Oh yeah, on the side.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember used to do that. It was fun. I haven't done that in so long. Don't know where my sled is.
We would build a jump, like you know, the skateboard jumps, those little plastic giant ones. We would use that and stuff. Like it was crazy.
You got to gain some speed on there.
Get some air.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, so Daniel lives in a cul-de-sac at the end of my neighborhood, and so like all the snow would get like pushed up like right in front of his like house, and like we would, dig a giant. We'd spend like a day just digging a giant like cave, pretty much, like where you could just go.
I did the same fucking thing, dude.
As we got older, we used to hotbox them.
Yeah, we had huge snowbanks.
Yeah, this was like sophomore year of high school,
Damn.
When we were first smoking weed, like I was smoking blunts at the time. We'd get my buddy to drop off some blunts, and we would literally already be outside just chilling, all bundled up in our snow gear. We'd be in the fucking hut. My buddy would pull up. We'd slide down, grab the blunts, roast them in the... and then we'd walk around the neighborhood for like an hour or so, and then we'd go inside and watch like Star Wars, Empire Strike Back. Like that was a joke between like me and Dan's brother John. We'd always be like, Luke. They just pretend to be like the Emperor. We'd just be like, Luke.
Wow.
Shout out Johnny Stiz. John's nickname.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Damn.
Those were the days. Our childhood intersecting with our older selves.
Yeah. It was a lot better. I remember it was more about like playing with Nerf guns and like playing outside and shit.
Well, we did that too.
Yeah, we roamed everywhere in our neighborhood. We'd go all around, deep into the woods. We'd have like airsoft battles in the woods.
Oh, I had airsoft guns, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, I just hated how I would get an airsoft gun and it would kind of break.
Yeah, they all sucked, dude. If you gotta buy a nice, ridiculously expensive one, and they're even,
Yeah.
all mine are broken.
And then you have to like strategize because some people would have better guns than others. Like I got the shotgun, someone's got
Right,
like,
yeah. Rich kids versus the poor kids.
Someone's got a
Those motherfuckers
semi-auto.
with the polished CO2 fucking guns.
Oh, they probably have real guns.
Yeah. And you just got your plastic one.
And then you get hit in the face, and you're like, "Fuck, dude!" That happened a couple times.
Yep. Yeah, I was in an airsoft war, and this kid had like a Tommy gun, like the nice one, like from like an old movie. And I was like I didn't have nice airsoft guns. I had the shotgun that if you kept pumping, it would fill up with bullets.
Same.
This kid shot someone's tooth off with an airsoft gun. And he had to leave, and it was a mess. I will never forget that. Just in the woods shooting each other.
And he storms off. Fuck my tooth.
Yeah, he was crying bloody murder.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I look like a redneck.
Yeah. Ooh, one tooth in the middle.
What was that show that me and John did?
Oh, is that it was like a parody of Lizard Lick Towing.
Yeah, what did we call it, dude? Damn.
It's like Reptile Run.
I don't even remember, something like that, dude.
Oh yeah, you guys were like Repo Man. Seems I guess I stole a scooter. You guys had to get it back from me. I ended up stealing John's bike, and then I don't know. And then you ended up getting the bike and the scooter. I don't know. My character wasn't very smart.
Oh man. So we were very creative back then. We were doing a bunch of stuff. And then we even filmed a music video. We recorded a song and called "Work Hard." Me and Tim, his brother, and we filmed and edited this whole music video. Just like technically my first music video.
Dude, we need to recover this footage.
I have
You need
no
to
idea
dig.
where it is, bro.
Take a look.
I think I can sing the whole song verbatim.
No.
Sing it right now.
You really want me to?
Yes.
Man, I work hard on my homework, not just in school, but on that court. Hit my fadeaways like Dirk. Swish. The name is Vinny, reppin' Tim May. Oh yeah, I run that play. Working hard is what I do. Huh, I forgot you already knew. We know all the problems. Your favorite candy Skittle. What's a Skittle to a nerd? Oh, Pop that champagne while we doing algebraic equations. We know all the problems. Your favorite candy Skittle with a Skittle to a nerd. Oh, pop that champagne while we doing algebraic equations. Because we work hard.
Tim's verse.
Yeah. What, you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Please continue.
I'm not getting on the competition. King James. I'm always an expert at video games. I work so hard, so don't call me lame. I do yard work for my great dad. He gives me a pat on the back. Good job, lad. Vinny Timmy, tell you what's up, dang. The course is coming up.
Repeat.
We know the
That chorus was definitely inspired by Steady Mobbin' by Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
What's a goon to a goblin?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. That was awesome.
Popping champagne while we're doing algebraic equations, dude.
I'm good at video games. Oh my god.
What's a Skittle to a nerd? What does that even mean?
Right, yeah. What's a goon to go? Oh my god, what a bunch of nerds. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's
That's
what
so
we
great.
dude. That's like when we were that young, that's like what we were jamming. Like we were listening to very explicit music.
Yeah.
Exactly. I knew how to swear when I was very young. When I was probably when I was in like, I don't know, second grade is when I think I first heard that music. I was like, oh, hey, I know what fuck means.
Like, what was that song? With T-Pain and Twista.
Oh, it's like Creep Fast.
Yeah, that song is crazy, and it's just like it's the thing that's like the first time really I remember hearing the N-word. Just being like, oh, you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
And that song's still fire though. But that's just like had a huge impact, obviously, like on what we grew up on. Just listening to very explicit tunes.
Yeah.
So no wonder, I lived my life the way I did, It's funny. I got in trouble all the time for swearing. Go to your room. And I'd just lose my shit. I was a madman. Chasing people around with bats in the neighborhood and shit whenever they pissed me off, dude. Because I was small, and like when the older kids would like antagonize me or whatever, I would just lose my shit. Like, I'd feel like the Hulk. That's what I remember. I'd just like freak the fuck out. I'd just snap and just start freaking out at me.
Danny Munge, do you remember this?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I think there were times when I may have acted like
Similar.
similar. Like I think probably, my oldest brother, he used to torture me and all that. Yeah, Vincent remembers, and how like I got so annoyed with all he was doing that I would lose my temper.
Sinus, bro. You tell him about Sinus.
Oh yeah, he said that there was like a killer clown that lived in my basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember he and his friends were actually dressed in random clothes and and they would like take turns running around the house pretending to be Sinus. Yeah, no, it was funny to me. I think it was like kind of funny until my dad caught one of them, said was like, "Hey, are you Tom's friend Brian?" He was just like, "What are you doing running around my house?"
Or they'd be like we'd be chilling in the basement and you would just like see him out in the woods outside creeping us.
Yeah. Oh, I remember I think one day when I went to the beach, I came back home, my mom asked me to carry some lawn chairs to the shed. So I grabbed some lawn chairs. I'm on my way there and I see it was Tom or one of his friends, but I saw them running around my backyard. I thought oh no, it's Sinus. So I immediately just dropped the chairs and run inside. The chairs were probably outside for a week. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that when the older kids in the neighborhood were the scariest thing in the world. Like, and you can't do anything. You're like half their size. You're like a little midget, and they're giant.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, they seem so giant at the time.
Yeah.
We were so small.
It's so weird. I remember like in high school being like a freshman and like the older kids smoking cigarettes before the bus comes, and they were just like you just stand like way far away from them. I remember that.
Yeah, I took the bus my freshman year, and then sophomore and junior year, Dan's brother would drive us to school, and then by that time, after we were getting our license.
Yeah, and then if you were like a senior still taking the bus, you were considered a weirdo. There were like only like 4 seniors. Like everyone would drive, and then there'd just be the weird kids. But yeah, man, yeah, I carpooled like with once one of my buddies got his license, we would carpool every day. I still remember like we would like go get like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts like every morning.
Those
Or
are really
like
good.
not every morning, but it would be a stop sometimes.
Those are really good.
And then you stop at the convenience store when you get out of school.
Oh yeah, like we go to Cumberland Farms to get for reals.
Or chill zones.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, chill zones were the shit when in high school. Yeah, the crazy flavors. Yeah.
You always need to be making snack runs, especially when we started smoking dope, dude. We'd be just always getting candy and shit like that. Oh man, so many memories.
Would you smoke before school? Probably, right?
Not when I was a sophomore. So this is the evolution of
Yeah. When did you start
So I
smoking in high
started-
school?
my freshman year, end of my freshman year. I tried it for the first time. Never tried it again until months later that summer going into sophomore year. That's like the summer that I got like some of my friends to also start doing it.
Bad
And they
influence.
try it. And
You've earned that sash.
yup. And so then it became like a weekend thing, like we'd be, especially because we were playing football at the time, we'd be focused on working out and, doing that and getting ready for that. But on the weekends we would plan like, when are we hanging out, and how much are we getting? We'd pull together some money, pick up some stuff, and we would just like
When weed was illegal. Actually, no, it became legal like in our high school. But I mean, same thing.
yeah, but we were 15 at the time.
Not allowed to smoke weed.
So then so this is like sophomore year high school. Like I remember like we'd be in class like planning the next weekend. Like we were just like looking forward to that. Like next time we'd chill. We'd pick up like 6 joints, and there's probably like a handful of us, and we'd just like smoke all 6 joints and be in the woods. Like we would just go in the woods somewhere. Like we'd have our parents like drop us off in my friend's neighborhood, and we'd just like roam around for the day because we can like. You just got to find a ride home later. And one of my friends at the time actually had his license because he was older. And he would, like, pick us up sometimes, bring us to Wendy's and stuff. But then you go, still sophomore year, but when I turned 16 January, I got caught by the police.
Whoa.
Hotboxing a whip with my friends.
On your birthday.
On my birthday. The night of my 16th birthday.
Year's?
New Year's Eve, yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Worst time ever. They called my parents. They all came to pick us up. Like, each of our parents individually came to pick us up.
Jesus.
And then they brought me home, and I just, like, sat on the couch, like, crying the whole night because my parents just made me feel like shit. And then, as I became a junior, that's where, like, I would probably be smoking before. Junior, senior year, I'd be stoned 24/7. Like, I'd go to school stoned out of my mind. Get stoned after school.
Did you smoke during school?
No.
Never?
Never.
I know.
Bringing
School
weed
is
into school, bro.
Eh.
Yeah, no, that's
I
that's
never
risky.
did, but dude, like I still remember people like smoking cigarettes in the bathroom and like vaping in the bathroom.
So that's actually a story in one of my songs, dude. Was the first time I ever smelled weed was some kid like brought a joint into the locker room or something. I don't think he was smoking it, but he brought it and you could just clearly smell it. And like someone pointed out, like that's what weed smells like, and like
You were like,
the teacher obviously like found out, you know, and a kid apparently swallowed the joint to like have no evidence on him. He could just like flush it down the toilet, but like swallowed it. I don't know what happened. Like he ended up like getting sent home or some shit, but like I don't know if he avoided getting in trouble or not because you know he swallowed the evidence. Imagine that,
dude. Let me tell you something. When I was in high school, we were in a class. It was like a history class. One of the teachers walks in to the class, like into a who's not teaching the class. He walks in and he just like, you know, talking, and then he looks at the kid. He's like, "Are you dipping?" And the kid goes, "No." And he goes, "Yeah, you are." And he walks over to him. The kid swallows the dip.
No.
And then the guy goes, "Don't swallow it. What are you doing?" And, like, he was like the toughest, like, oh, well, you know, one of the tough teachers in school.
Yeah.
The kid went in the bathroom and barfed it all up.
No kidding, dude.
Why are kids so stupid?
Some people can handle like, you know, swallowing the spit, you know, but I don't know about swallowing the actual tobacco.
Yeah,
I've never done dip before, and
Me neither.
I don't know if I ever will.
I have many a times. I used
is it like get you just like what
you feel fucking hammered off it? I would at least, you know, like
hammered?
yeah,
But it's like tobacco, right? I don't know.
dude, just a wicked strong tobacco buzz, you know, way more than like, you know, smoking a vape or like a cigarette. You know, it literally I would be like stumbling sometimes, you know, like. But I ended up just like hating the taste. Like you could never get it out of your mouth. Like once you were done with it.
Yeah, dude. God, I can't imagine.
It's definitely.
There's a lot of people that do it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I remember at Xfinity, like people, like you'd see what everyone has, right? Bunch of people tins.
Yeah. So senior year, I was a degenerate, and you know, just didn't give a fuck. I'd be smoking a bowl on my way to school with my sister in the car.
I could see like his sister trying not to get contact high.
and then, yeah, and then there's obviously the time I got busted senior year.
Which we're saving.
Save that story for another day. Yeah, I got in trouble in college a couple times too.
Dude, it sucks. It's so much nicer now that don't have to like sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah, so then I got in trouble with alcohol freshman year. I got in trouble with weed again. You know, so I was just like, I got on probation. Like, so I would go on a sober streak while I was like on probation, and then, yeah, I just. So then I think that was the last time I got I think it was all freshman year, honestly. I don't think I ever got in trouble sophomore year. Yeah, so this was all. I got in trouble 3 times my freshman year, and then we had a few close calls too. Through, you know, where it was like pretty much at that point, if I got in trouble again, I would have got booted off campus and then maybe suspended or expelled at that point. But I, you know, was always like showing up to the meetings with like the dean or whatever, and you know, just like explaining my story and being honest about it, you know. And yep, so they never kicked it. I could have been kicked off campus at a certain point, but they let it slide.
3 times is kind of a lot, actually.
So then they let it slide, and I never got in trouble again after that, even though, like I said, we definitely had some close calls.
Yeah, I never got caught, but like, yeah, I was what? So going into college, 20. Yeah, going into Fitchburg, and dude, like, one of the guys was a heavy drinker. Like the first night, brought a bottle of Jameson, and like a bunch of people that never drank before were just drinking and like throwing up and like all that. And I remember one guy had a fake ID, and one guy was way over 21, and like he was kind of square, right? Like he wouldn't drink really.
Yeah.
So like we're all like, oh yeah, like he's a nice guy. So he's like, oh, I'll buy you booze, and he was buying us booze, and we would all be belligerent drunk assholes, like not like mean or anything, but like
just acting a fool.
doing drunken foolish things.
Of course.
And one of my roommate one came in late one night, like banging on the dude's door who bought us the booze. Like we were all friends, right? He's like, "Hey, you guys up? Hey, wake up!" Like when everyone's asleep, and they open the door, and he goes, "I knew you guys be up." One of the guys had like one of those sleep masks on. He would sleep with that. It's like, no, we're not awake. And then when he left their room, he came back into our room, and he was my roommate. So he tried to sneak like into my room, and he's like sneaking along the wall. He's trying not to turn the lights on. He knocks over like a big poster I have, and it like falls like right onto the floor. And of course, I woke up like.
Oh, it was like a framed poster.
Yeah, like on the wall, and like like, and I would do, it's all crazy. But after a while, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not buying booze for you guys anymore." So we're fucked.
Man, yeah, I just miss like stupid college times. Like even like that first week of college, like when we were all getting to know each other. Like there was just like a whole squad of us always hanging out and like just.
Right. That's when you're like, "Oh my god, look, I have 50 friends. They're just sitting here, like 20 guy, 10 guy, whatever it is."
Yeah, and as you move on, your circle gets smaller. And
yeah, I miss that. I do, but it's good. Look, like. When I was like finishing up, it was just me and my one buddy, and we would just like drink together, watch like the Celtics game. I love that stuff. No, it's so great.
Just always being around your boys. That's what sucks about living at home now. It's like you're just living with your parents, and no one else is around.
Yeah, I mean, like I also live with my parents still, so don't know when I'm gonna move out. I feel like, when I do, I'll probably move to Boston just because that's where I work. But, I don't know. It seems like it'll be like a huge step, even though I already went to college. Just like having my own place.
Yeah, living in the city.
Yeah, exactly. Like I went to college at a very rural school, so. I mean, just, living in a city, that's quite a change for me.
Yeah, how many people went to your school?
Let's see. I graduated with probably like 200 people.
It's probably like only like a couple thousand people there, if that.
Probably about 1,000.
Yeah, I'd say like 1,000 or 2,000.
Yeah, it's a small school. Like probably think like smallest class I had probably had maybe like 6 or 7 people, including me. So yeah, it was small.
So do you like the city?
Well, yeah. I mean, I do like the city. I mean, it's not really a place that I always see myself living in. I mean, I've been to the city. I've been to Boston, been to Washington D.C. I mean, the city is a nice place. I've never really saw myself, like living there. I mean, like being there, like it's nice, there's a lot to do. But yeah.
So where do you want to live? Like, do you have like a plan? Like, oh, I'd like to live in this area.
Well, I don't think there's like any place in Boston, like, like maybe if there's like a red line close by.
Right. Yeah.
Want that. Let's see,
somewhere close to work.
Yeah, I mean, I work in the Seaport district, which I'm pretty sure is pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, my cousin had a place though in there.
Yeah, so I mean, probably not there, but someplace close by, I hope.
Yeah, it's an interesting area. That's where like the Leader Bank Pavilion's over there.
Oh, I know. I went to the Megadeth show and Alice Cooper show over there.
That was when you were like too turned up to like know where your seats were.
Oh yeah, at the Megadeth show I had. For some reason, when you take like chocolate edibles, I feel like they hit like 10 times harder. But like I had it and it melted, and I just like some fat kid on Charlie Chocolate Factory, fucking. it was like all over my face. I'm like licking it up.
This guy.
I walk into the show. The first act's on. I'm like, whoa, and then like I was trying to find my seat, and like I just bumped into this guy, and I walked up to him. I'm like, man, I'm so high, and he's like, wait, what did you say? I'm like, I'm really high, and then I'm like, I showing him my seat, and he's like, oh, you got way better seats over there, but like it's a crazy concert going on, and I was really high. I was like, I don't know where my seat is. But it was fun.
I saw Machine Gun Kelly there. It was a great time.
It's Leader Vank is nice. I like it.
Yeah, it was my first time being there. But man, how deep are we in here? We're about 1 hour into the pod.
What time is it?
Hey, can I use the bathroom?
Yeah, Dan's like, I gotta pee.
You take a time out. Time out. Oh boy. Jack Daddy was laughing after there was one podcast where we took a pee break, and like I put the sign up that said pee break with like 3 E's for the triple E, and he thought that was so funny.
Which one?
I don't remember which one that was. I don't know.
That's funny.
So we'll slip that in there. Right? Pee break. We're back.
Gotta do a pee break.
After that commercial break, we are back.
You don't want to be sandblasting when you get out of here. You get a pee break.
So, yeah, Dan obviously knows Jack Daddy because we went to camp together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
back
that's
in the
right. Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we had broadcast journalism. That was like one of the most fun classes ever.
Yeah. That was like, our cup of tea was like, video production was another class that we were taking. We would be like editing on the iMovie on the Macs that they had there. And then, that's like, the two things that, we're still doing. We're doing some video production. We're doing some broadcast journalism.
Yeah.
It's all coming full circle,
It
man.
feels good, man. Do what you want to do, right?
Hell yeah, man. Why not?
Jeez, I remember the food there.
So, what was the food like?
So it was at Stonehill College, so we would be eating off the Stonehill meal plan. So we would walk into like their whole cafeteria, and to us, like that seemed like awesome. We'd do like man versus food challenges and try to eat as much food as we could.
Right, you could it was like a buffet, right?
Yeah, we get like a bowl of pasta, chicken tenders and fries. We love the chicken tenders there. Get like a piece of cake, some cookies. You gotta get like, I don't even know what else, raviolis, whatever they had at the time.
Well, I think they also had
Salad with the honey mustard. Now, here's the weird thing, right? In the same, so I guess either freshman or sophomore year, I did PCC.
Yeah, he was there too.
Which is like on the weekends, which is like the competing.
Yeah,
one of the competing, like, it's the same thing. Like, you take little fun classes.
Yeah,
and
but that was overnight.
It was overnight. It was on the weekends. It was like you'd have 2 classes in the morning, then like recess for like an hour or 2, and then like a planned event. It was fun. Yeah, but you guys,
we'd always see you guys lurking.
Yeah. It was like a little rivalry.
I don't think, but that's funny because I was working there at the time. You were probably going to camp there. You said
Right. So we were probably walking that same campus the same summer, and we didn't know each other.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, until years later, your paths cross once again.
Yeah.
It's like destiny is calling.
2018 Xfinity Center, a match made in heaven.
The dynamic duo in line.
We still got
Wandin and
Wandin and bag checking. We still gotta go through the list of the shows, bro.
I know, dude. Now that I know, like, you're leaving in 2 months, I'm like, fuck, man. There's a lot of shit we gotta do before you go.
Bro, that you see the clip of the story you were telling?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was so funny. I was showing it to my buddy at work yesterday.
I forgot that I told that story on the podcast, and then I'm like scrolling through Instagram, and I hear myself tell the story.
It was so funny.
I've told that story a lot. I love that story.
It is over for you.
Listen, buddy, it is over for you.
It's funny. He was telling the story from the last podcast. I don't know if you saw that.
Infinity stories of fights and craziness.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wonder if I started any of those.
What were you saying though, Dan, about the food at college?
Oh, remember when like we would talk about how great it was, and it was great, but then like we would tell Tim and John like, oh, like food is so great, and so then Tim actually asked me to bring home food for him. So I actually bring a Ziploc bag one day, and I put some mac and cheese in it. I put some chicken tenders, some French fries. I literally I put them in the Ziploc bag. I zip it up. I put it back in my string bag, and then I just literally just take it home and say, "Here, take out the baggie. Here, enjoy."
Yeah, I remember that.
I do. That is probably honestly one of the things I miss about college is just you get a buffet just there, whatever you
It's
want.
always the same thing. So it's like when we were younger, we thought that was so awesome, but then when you go to college, it's probably like the same. It was the same food. And
now, yeah, my life is better now. I can just get whatever I want. But like, yeah, it was nice. It was still nice.
I don't know. Well, what I kind of like about my school is how, well, I mean, I don't know, they kind of changed things up a little bit, you know. I mean, like, they weren't just serving the same things every day,
Ugh.
which I appreciated.
Yeah, mine was.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you probably had, since it's smaller.
What was like some of the good stuff?
Okay, let's see. Well, fried chicken. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they had fried chicken, I was always in a good mood. What else?
It was like when my school did chicken and waffles on the weekends, dude, for breakfast. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, well, for me, like, I don't know, my school weekend, I don't know, I feel like probably the campus dining crew. I mean, I appreciate everything they did for us, but I feel like they kind of half-assed it on the weekends, which I can understand. You know, it's the weekend, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't really like most of the food that they were serving.
I remember that in the weekends. They're just like, there's like 10 employees there, and they're just half-assing it. I remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, well.
And you went to a small school, so yeah, there were probably like one guy in there cooking it. No.
I mean, I was friends with some of the dining hall staff, so I mean, I don't know. So maybe I'm allowed to say it. I'm just being constructive, I hope.
Yeah, I knew a few people there, and then I would become friends, with the people working there. You see the same people working
Some
there
of them
all
went
the
to
time.
school and would work at the dining hall.
Oh, yeah.
Those are long shifts. You see them like when you get your freaking breakfast and when you go eat your dinner.
Yeah, I used to, hit up the dining halls all the time. As I got, older, we'd actually have, a kitchen in our spot. Junior and senior year, I rarely ever went to the dining halls.
But yeah. I guess. But you probably didn't even have a job at the time. You know
But
what I mean?
I was paying less,
that's
though, for the
expensive.
meal plan. You could get one that's less expensive, and you still get
Right.
to...
Yeah, that's always funny. Yeah.
You still get to go a couple times a week, and other times I'd just be making food at the crib.
Right, yeah. The meal plan, mine was 16 points or some shit or whatever, and you it was so stupid. I never ran out or anything, so
Yeah,
I
that was
remember you
always
could
good.
run out.
They would give us dining dollars to spend at we had a convenience store on campus, so you could use you get $500 to spend there the whole. I would always make sure I spend every last dollar of that. I'm not letting that go to waste. I'd be buying chocolate covered pretzels and drinks, Gatorades.
Yeah, we had the same thing, and it was a Subway. There was there was a few different food options. It was like a regular convenience store. We would always get drunk and get Subway. That's what we do. And then you run out of your points fast. By the end of the semester, you're like, "Do you have any points?" And your buddy's like, "No, I ran out of them the first month." Some people run out of them quick.
Yeah, I had dining dollars on my meal plan. It's funny as I remember I didn't really use any of them until the very end of the semester. I think it was end of my sophomore year. I was saying okay, I have about $100 on here, how many pints of Ben & Jerry's can I get? So I was actually about to like see how many pints of Ben & Jerry's I could take home with me.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you use them, dude. Don't let them go
Did
to
you?
waste.
Well, sadly, I wasn't able to. I didn't get to the lodge in time. That's the name of the place, the lodge. Yeah, sadly, I didn't get all those Ben & Jerry's, but
That's funny.
Near the end of the semester, I'd literally buy bags of shit. Like, I would just ransack the place and get anything I want to, and just just have bags of them. And then we also had this place called Wow that was open late night. It was open till like 2 a.m. So like on the weekends, you would go spend your dining dollars there on some like fried chicken or like mozzarella sticks, and I love the mozzarella sticks. You know, like, and whenever you went there late night, like past like 11 p.m., everybody in that place was shit faced. Like,
Oh yeah.
every single person.
Yep. Yeah, it's true.
It's a spot.
Just other drunk people seeing another drunk person and be like,
We know why we're here.
you just
Be
like,
popping.
that's great. Yeah.
So college, Dan, overall was a great experience for you, or?
yeah, it was a great experience. I mean, it wasn't really crazy. Like, I didn't go to as many parties, but I mean, I was happy there. You know, it was I guess it was kind of more like chill most of the time, but I was happy to be there.
What are some of the biggest lessons you learned the past few years at college, or just in life in general?
Maybe choose wisely when you try to decide who you're gonna associate with, because yeah, like the people you spend time with, like they do really they do influence you greatly. You know, like pretty sure I think it was Denzel Washington who said like, if you hang out with 5 smart people, you become the 6th. You know, so yeah, I mean, if you like want to like really do well, you want to like reach your goals, maybe sometimes being with people who also want to reach that goal or maybe have already reached that goal, you know, like they have a lot to offer.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
I totally agree with that. That's a great point.
Got to work with like-minded people, and you know, if you're, I liked what you said, you know, about that Denzel Washington quote about, you know, if you're gonna surround yourself with smarter, it doesn't matter if like those people are like smarter than you, then like you're just becoming smarter by being with them. You know, it's just like I heard something similar to that too, which was just like, you know, you are like the average 5 people you spend the most time with. Like, whoever those 5 people are, have like the greatest influence on, you know, who you are.
I mean, yeah, I mean, college is kind of, I mean, it's constantly about learning. I mean, not just in the classroom. Also, like, also with like the people you meet with. There's so much, you know, along the way that you like learn, pretty much living on your own.
Yeah, you change a lot too. Like, you just come from a little high school kid to like a whole different person.
Oh yeah, like I remember when I think like it was like in the middle of freshman year I started growing my beard. Well, I mean, I don't really have it right now,
Yeah,
but
man, you used to have a fat beard.
yeah, I know. I just let it grow. Like, it was great having it. I mean, sometimes like it can
Must
be.
get itchy.
Yes, sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's just like hard to also like have a huge beard, but then also you have to wear a mask.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's hard to like keep it on.
Yeah.
100%. Me and Daniel were working together at Amazon summer 2020 during the pandemic, and I had a fat beard at the time. It's like the only time I've really grown out my beard, like big time. And once I started working at Amazon, having to wear a mask, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Shaved it off, and I haven't grown it back since.
The beard dent is real.
The dent.
Yeah, when you have the mask on, there's a little dent right here between the chin.
Yes.
It's real. It will screw up your beard.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, Vincent. I remember when I think like you would see me working, and like the mask would actually work its way up my face.
Yeah, it'd be like right under his eyes.
Yeah, it would eventually become a blindfold.
Can you see, Dan? You sure?
Yeah. Oh, like barely.
You guys, so what were the hours for that?
We would go in at 2:30 in the morning.
What the
We'd leave my neighborhood, and we'd be there to work from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m.
And then go back to bed.
Yep.
Usually.
So then we'd get home by like 8 a.m. Sleep. I'd probably sleep till like 1 p.m. Get up, eat, go about my day until probably about like 6 p.m. I'd go back to sleep till like 10 p.m. and then I'd be up from 10 p.m. to the rest of the night.
6 p.m.
I was working on my Hurt Mode mixtape at the time. That's around the time I dropped that mixtape, with Galaxies on it. Like, I would wake up at like 10 p.m. for my second time sleeping in the day, and I'd stay up all night. I'd be in my basement, high as a motherfucker, working out, stretching, watching New Girl, working on music, recording music, and then we'd all go, me, John, Noah White, and Dan would all be driving into work together.
Yeah, it was quite an experience.
Interesting time.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I would be bumping tunes. Cause like it's that late, we're staying up. It's like I'm not like playing some chill shit. I'd be playing like War Pigs, Black Sabbath, dude. Like we'd be like
going to work.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
through the neighborhood.
The one song I can't help but remember is "It Matters" by Fish Narc.
Hell yeah, that song's a bop.
I like that song too. Like that, I used to listen to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, Fish Narc just put out a new album too. It's awesome too. He's a dope artist, and yeah, I put my roommate Steve on to Fish Narc. Then we covered the song "So Long" from that album. And what else? I remember John loved the song "Eyes" by Cold Heart and Rosca. Remember, I got my eyes wide shut, screaming I'm not afraid of loving. Fuck me up, 'cause I'm so used to feeling nothing. Remember that song?
Yeah,
it's like
of course
a
I
pop
do.
punk bang. Yeah,
Of course I remember.
How
that
long
song.
did you guys do this? From
Like,
summer or 2 months?
It was like June, July, August, probably.
3 months, huh?
I think I started in about May, like kind of like sometime after John first started.
Yeah, and then Daniel was like recommended that to me, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll work with you guys,
No, you probably hate me now that I recommended
No,
it.
dude, I actually enjoyed it. Like, it was 4 hours, it was easy as hell, and I would just listen to music the whole time, even though you're not supposed to, and I'd be up.
So this is right when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Me and Anthony did the same
They-
fucking thing.
At a different warehouse, yeah.
And Fall River, we'd work during the day.
Yeah, nah.
It was the worst
kinda-
job I've ever had.
I kind of liked it, honestly. They would just stick me in the truck, and I would just unload a truck for 4 hours, and I'd just feel, getting a little workout in. I'd be in the truck by myself.
4 hours is a short. That's short. But that's good.
It's a job,
I mean,
making
it was
something.
good. Yeah.
Well, I was also collecting unemployment at the time, too. So, like, if you only made a certain amount
You hear that, government?
So, if you... But, yeah.
United States government, come
it's
get them.
completely legal. If you were only making a certain amount of money per week, which I was, like, making that.
Oh, I
which,
didn't know
like, I was working 4 days a week for 4 hours. So, 16 hours a week. And like $15 an hour?
About, yeah. At least that's about how much I got paid.
And it was crazy because I was making way more money on unemployment, from not working at Xfinity for the whole summer. It's honestly a huge help.
I mean, one thing I mostly got out of that job was just how my sleep schedule got so clustered.
Your mental clock is fucking turned upside down.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I also worked another job as a lifeguard. Sometimes, like, as soon as I got home from Amazon, I would actually have to put my lifeguard stuff on and, like, work, like, 5 hours at a pool. And, like, people would, like, tell me, like, go home, you look exhausted. I'd be like, nah, I'm
been up all night.
Be like, no, I'm supposed to stay here till, what time is it?
So why would you do Amazon if you already have a job? You were like, I want that much money. That's pretty. Well, it's not. That's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I really had a plan at first for the summer. Just, okay. Well, I mean, I got the job at Amazon, and then I think the place I worked at, the place I lifeguarded at, I think they probably reached out to me and asked do you want to work? I was probably I didn't want to leave them hanging because they don't really have as much help with the pool, so I did that. And
Good guy.
yeah, I mean, and then one thing is I like money.
So you work from
3 to 7 in the morning.
and then what?
And then like 9 to 2:30.
Sleep 2:30 to 10. Well, we weren't doing that every day, we were only doing that 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, about. I mean,
It's still crazy.
I mean, yeah, but as soon as I got home from working both those jobs back to back, yeah, I would sleep. Remember, one day, yeah, I was sleeping. It was probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was dead asleep, and I think my dad actually thought I was dead. I was just sleeping, and I'm pretty sure he actually grabbed me by my collar. It was like, Daniel, listen. Are you okay? I woke up. He goes, oh, okay, good. Bye.
He's working his tail off.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an interesting summer for sure. Me and Kyle filming Galaxy's music video.
That's right.
Yeah, I honestly like that. I'm a
fun.
night owl, so I enjoy sleeping all day and then just being up all night. I would just be grinding.
Oh, in college I would do it crazy. I always think back. I'm even though I went to Fitchburg for 2 years and it was a little screwed up because of the pandemic. I was literally only there 2 semesters each because of the pandemic stuff, but I feel like I never got breakfast there because I would stay up all night and roll into the dining hall by 11 or 12. Breakfast is over by 10. It's
I
crazy.
don't want to miss breakfast. All right, Dano, I got some questions for you. Who are some of your biggest influences in life?
Well, I definitely want to say my parents. My mom has always taught me the value of being nice, of being there for others. She has always set that example for me, so shout out to her. And then my dad has taught me the value of hard work, dedication, discipline. Because of him, I try to work my hardest, try to do well, and I thank him for that. Okay, let's see. Besides my parents,
Doesn't have to be anyone either. It could be people that you look up to from music, movies,
yeah.
Do you have anything that sticks out in that aspect, growing up, things that really influence you? Even fitness, people like that.
I definitely. This might sound kind of weird, but Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, Arnold, he, he's one of the best bodybuilders of all time. And I'm someone who likes exercise. He, what, it was more than just his body. His mindset was super strong. He, my senior quote in high school was an Arnold quote. It was, strength does not come from winning. Your hardships develop your strength. When you go through struggles, and you decide not to give up, then that is strength.
Yeah, actually, I was going through the yearbook recently, and I saw that, and I thought that was a great choice of a quote, Daniel.
Yeah.
Because I relate to that tough. I got the winning streak tattoo right here, and it's just that's all of that whole reason I got that though is you. The only way you win is by fucking up and losing. You gotta make mistakes and learn from those and not give up even when you do those things. That's where strength comes from. So I definitely feel that very strongly.
Yeah, thing is, I feel to so many people, failure does have a very negative connotation, which makes sense, but quite frankly, they say, you don't really, you can't succeed if you don't fail. We can all think of, people who have done amazing, who, at the start of their, their lives or their careers, they failed miserably. But we probably just don't know it because it's not talked about. What's talked about is their successes.
Yeah. It's like people that do talk about it. The famous one, obviously, is like Michael Jordan being cut from his like high school team. That's always talked about. I feel like, and he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Okay, so Abraham Lincoln, I don't know.
What about Abraham Lincoln?
Okay, I know this is probably irrelevant to Michael Jordan, but I don't know. I mean, I know he dropped out of school. I think he ran for, was it Senator of Kentucky? He lost. I think he ran his own store, which did terrible. Yeah, it was. I know that's quite a jump from Michael Jordan to Abraham Lincoln.
Do you remember your senior quote?
Yep.
What was it?
I rock to the beat of my own drum set, Lil Wayne. Still stands today, man. I've always been one to just do whatever I want to do and, follow my dream, so. And it's funny too. I end up going to school for music, and that stuck. Music's always been an important part of my life. Lil Wayne is definitely one of my biggest influences too. I was definitely like a huge artist that me and Daniel grew up listening to. Carter 3, like a huge like pivotal album in like growing up. Hearing that when you're 8, 9 years old, like changed the game. How was you, Kyle? What's up with, who are some of your big influences? I feel like we've talked about this before, but...
Oh, well, jeez. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I just look at guys that, are, just doing what they want to do and just, I don't know. Guys like Joey Diaz, the comedian. I don't know. Like Ozzy Osbourne, Artie Lang, just guys that are just funny and just do whatever they want. Hunter S. Thompson, the writer, stuff like that, or directors like Quentin Tarantino, that type of stuff.
People thinking outside the box and doing what they want.
Yeah, my senior quote was, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." Charlie Chaplin.
Hell yeah.
That was mine. I don't know. I like that one.
Reminds me of a fortune cookie I got once, which was because a lot of times I save if I get some real wisdom in a fortune cookie.
Oh yeah, you gotta put them in your drawer and be like,
look at that another day. But it reminds me of one that was something about a day of worry is more costly. I don't even remember it. Fuck. It's I don't remember. There's something about just you shouldn't spend time worrying. You should just focus more on what you want to do. But I butchered it right there. it was a lot more poetic than that.
Maybe Vinny will find the fortune cookie and we can post it in post.
I know. Yeah, I know where it is. I'm gonna find it.
Okay, there you go. There it is. We like to do that.
I fucked it up.
That's okay.
But man, so Dan, you said you've been reading a lot lately, right?
That's right.
What are some good books that you've read, and what have you got out of reading? You think reading's important?
Well, yeah, the a number of books that I've read that that I'd be happy to let you borrow. Let's see. Well, there's one book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Where it's pretty simple. Just says be proactive, but it goes a little bit more in depth as you read it. One thing that they do kind of say is how there are different conflict handling strategies. A lot of people might be forcers, say like, I get what I want, I don't care about you. They think more like win-win, you know. We'll be creative, we'll think of a solution that's going to impact everyone. I guess like the author's like his main focus is on like how we all need to work together, you know. Like, you know, a lot of people can be kind of selfish. They don't care. They don't think about what it's like for the other person. Yeah, so yeah, it's one thing. Let's see.
Reminds me of a class I took in college. Was like we learned how to negotiate, and you talk about how the best thing is collaboration. If you can get, you know, if you can meet both of the parties' needs, and work together to reach those and provide value for both of you, you know, that's where, you know, the best deals come from.
See, the book I'm reading right now, it's not really a book that's meant to teach you anything. Well, it's called Water for Elephants. Don't know if you've ever heard that.
I think so. What's it about?
Okay, it's about this guy named Jacob. It's like Jacob Jankowski, who ends up joining the circus. Or he accidentally joins the circus, I should say, and kind of gets a lot more than he bargains for. He gets involved with this one famous lady who like is a performer with this who's married to this one crazy guy who's like pretty high up in charge of the circus. It's kind of a lot.
Some drama.
What's like your favorite kind of book?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Do you have a favorite book?
Ooh, know what book I like? Well, that might be my favorite. It's called The Boys in the Boat. I don't know if you've ever heard that. It's a book about the 1936 U.S. Olympic rowing team.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's about how they won gold, or how they were literally just college students. You know, how they would perform, or how they would compete against other college teams, but then they got really good. You know, they worked together, and they actually went to the Berlin Olympics, where they kind of where Hitler thought he was like gonna have like the best crew team. He even like tried to fix it to like make the German team have an advantage, but no, the U.S. team won, and they smacked that grin right off his face, right off Hitler's face. It was, I don't know, it's pretty satisfying.
That's awesome. I know. Yeah, that's a great part of history.
Yeah.
Getting to beat Hitler in sports.
Fuck Hitler.
And then we beat him in the war.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
USA. Man, so let's talk about other favorites. You know, you got a favorite movie, or I don't know what else I'm saying.
Well, going back to Arnold Schwarzenegger, I love the second Terminator movie,
Which one's that one?
Judgment Day.
With Robert Pattinson. T2. He runs like this in the movie.
Yes.
It's a great movie. It's probably the best action movie ever. Like, probably.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
When he walks in the bar naked and Bad to the Bone is playing. Bad.
Yeah.
And then he steals the biker's clothes. And then he just, like, Bad to the Bone, throws the glasses on. And the CGI with, you know, the T2, it looks so cool, right? Like the little metal stuff melting. You never saw Terminator 2? Or do you?
Definitely, like, I haven't seen, like...
It's been a while.
I haven't seen, like, all the Terminators, like, probably in a row. But I just remember, like, Daniel probably watching it, like, at his house at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just, like, you know, caught some glimpses of it. But I'll have to check it out. It's always different when you, like, revisit movies that you haven't seen, like, since you were, like, a kid, and you watch them as an adult, and you're just like, oh, shit, like, I get it now.
Right, yeah. You didn't, when they don't make any sense when you're a kid, like, what
and
the
so
fuck's
much
going
shit
on?
just goes right over your head.
Yeah, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, damn. How about Muppets from Space?
Oh, classic.
I used to love that movie when we were younger.
Oh yeah. Who caught my cake?
Who ate Gonzo's cake?
Then just like a few seconds later, hey yo, did you cut Gonzo's cake?
Oh man, they throw this like party because they think like Gonzo's like family from outer space is coming or whatever. So they have this like cake for him, and there's like a slice of it missing. Some guy ate it, and they're just like asking like who ate it.
Yeah, the guy who like ate it like is going around asking like, hey, did you eat it? He's trying not to get caught. Remember, like, was it the other Muppets? Like, they're speaking to a fan while Gonzo's sleeping, like, trying to pretend that they're his family and say, "We want you to build a jacuzzi." Yes,
Build a jacuzzi.
And then at the very end, like they're all sitting on the roof, looking up into space. Gonzo's like, "There's still just one thing I don't understand. Why did they ask me to build a jacuzzi?"
Yo, that end of that movie like is one of the best like scenes ever when they come, the aliens come from outer space and they play the song "Celebrate" by Kool and the Gang. Legendary, legendary scene in cinematic history. Like that's the only reason I know that song. So when I graduated college this summer and I went down to Nashville, like I was bumping that song heavy, just like celebration. We gonna celebrate and have a good time.
That's interesting. I never watched the Muppets as a kid. Never.
Dude, legendary. Also, the movie begins with like the whole crew, the Muppets crew, like there's like
a bunch.
There's like a ton of them. There's like 20, 30 of them.
You got Bert, you got Ernie.
That's Sesame Street.
I know, I'm joking. That's a joke.
Side story. It's so funny that Daniel's dad calls Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Bernie and Ert.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That might have to be the title of the episode. Little Bernie and Ert.
Oh, man. So what I was saying, the beginning of that movie, they're all like turning up in the house, like they're setting the scene for the song. She's a brick, but I now know house. I like lady stack, and that's a fact. I love that song.
Great.
I only know it from that scene in that movie.
Great.
How about any TV shows you really enjoy or you've been watching recently?
You.
Oh yeah, the show You. That show's fire. Have you
Yeah.
seen that, Kyle?
Probably. Well,
No, if you have, you would know if you've seen it, dude.
No, I mean, to be quite honest, like,
who's in it?
Okay, it's named Penn Badgley. I think he's the main character.
I don't know it well, but I think I've heard of it.
All right, so if it's on Netflix. You gotta watch this. The third season just came out.
Yep.
And I binge watched the hell out of it. And it's basically the first season. It's all connected too. But
Chris D'Elia, is that who you said?
Yeah, Chris D'Elia is in that show.
Oh yeah. I've heard.
But he's not like a main character in it, but he's in it. But it's basically about like this guy who kind of like is trying to find a woman to be interested in. Yeah, and he starts like creeping on them.
Yeah. Like he actually like finds a woman, he falls for her, and he would like do anything, and I mean anything for them.
Yeah, and it gets fucked, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds good. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really watch too many shows, but I really like that show because like it's always a surprise. Like you don't know what's gonna happen next, and then like I binge watch it because I need to know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, I hate waiting to watch shows.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure they've already renewed it for a 4th season, and I'm all like, come on.
That's the thing. It's gonna take a year or two to come out, and then you just binge watch it in one day. You just.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, when I first found out season 3 came out, like, I probably watched it over, like, the span of, like, Friday night through Saturday day, and then that was it.
Same, yeah. I remember. But, yeah, definitely check it out.
I will add it to the list.
Yeah.
What else? Anything you watching recently?
I watched recently. Well, this isn't really recent, but something that I think you might appreciate that I liked, the Lil Peep documentary.
Oh yeah, dude. I've seen it like 7 times.
It is, I like it. Thought it was really good, you know, I mean, just feel like you see Lil Peep in like a different light than how you'd probably assume he'd be like. You know, like you see like his face tats and everything, but I think he's like just all hard, but you know, he has a soft side.
For sure, man. It's like, and it's like so sweet, like his grandfather talking about him, like the close relationship he had with his family, with his mom and his grandfather, and his grandparents at least, you know.
Yeah.
Like just seemed like a really genuine, caring, loving soul, but he was deeply troubled, you know, and got stuck in, you know. I heard it like it was the same thing in the Juice WRLD documentary, which if you haven't seen, that's something you should watch too. But they talk about, it was Cole Bennett of Lyrical Lemonade was talking about how, you know, like he got caught up in something that he really didn't know, like how dangerous it was. Like you don't really understand the full, you know, consequences. Like, you know, like people say like, oh, you know, like these shits, like this shit can kill you or whatever, but like you don't really understand the full consequences of your actions until it's too late. Like,
What kind of drugs was he doing? Or what was?
juice.
Oh no, I thought you were.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about with Cole Bennett was talking about Juice WRLD. But it's the same thing, you know, like they're getting into like a dangerous game of like you get caught up in it and it's hard to escape it, you know. With like Peep, it was like he was just taking like he was probably doing more than that, but you know, when he died, it was like fentanyl laced Xanax, you know. All even takes like people can get weed laced with fentanyl now, you know, like that's why I think legal weed is such an important thing because at least you know what you're buying is good, like, and it's not laced, it's made to sell, and like it's taxed, like the government's profiting off it, which is like kind of fucked up that the only real reason that weed's legal now is because the government can profit off it. You know, they don't really give a fuck that it can help people, or we're in the middle of an opioid epidemic and people are dying way more than people dying from COVID. People are dying from drug overdoses, you know. And it's been that way for 20 years probably.
Yeah,
Plus.
and COVID probably made a bunch of people do fucking drugs because
Yeah, they're
everyone's
going
fucking
crazy.
bored.
Yeah, like
Jeez, I did learn somewhere or from one of my classes, like more people have died from like other things, like because of the pandemic, like than the number of people who've died from COVID. Like people with like, you know, like conditions like hypertension, because of like all the emergency services and everything, since they were all reserved for COVID, then people with like these conditions, they couldn't get the treatment they needed, so they ended up dying. You know, it's, you know, that's, I mean, that's one thing that like pretty terrible pandemic.
I believe it, man.
suicide rates too, when people are just going crazy, locked up in their homes. They don't know when they're gonna like get out of this like state. It's 2 years later, bro. If
Yeah,
you
that's
told
the
me,
problem with COVID. Everyone's too fucking focused on it that they're not worried about other things like you're saying. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
yeah, I'll just, you know, this shit's driving me crazy too, man. But I just like try to keep my head up and have something to look forward to. Like, I'm moving to Nashville, dude. Like, if I wasn't, you bet your ass I'd be spending my money to go on vacation somewhere, you know? Like, could not be stuck in this rat race for so long, dude. You gotta get out and do something fun, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, yeah, just like my oldest brother, Tom and his wife. I don't know how many times, but remember, it was like last year. It was about last year. Like, what, they got married and they went to St. Thomas for their honeymoon, and then they probably went back like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times.
And stayed there for mad long.
Yeah, and like, well, and then like COVID isn't really much of a problem there.
Where is it?
St. Thomas, it's somewhere in the Caribbean.
Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah, like it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, like I mean, I've never been there, but he did send pictures and videos, and I mean, it looked beautiful, and you know, like it's kind of like it's not really as populated, so it's like their own island, in a way.
That's awesome.
And people are kind of already isolated at that point, you know. There's not that many people on an island.
Yeah. But I mean, but there was still like so many fun things that they could do.
Right. Yeah.
So
Gotta
It's
come
crazy,
to
man.
Nashville this summer, Dan.
I'll try to.
You gotta come visit. We'll have a good time.
I'm sure we will.
Oh man, Kyle's gotta get out there.
I will. I'll be out there.
I know, man. I
I'm
gotta
excited to see
I gotta
it,
come
finally.
back for 2 weddings in the fall, and I'll probably be back at like Christmas after that.
Nice.
And then who knows? I may never come back. No, I'm kidding. I'll probably come back at least once or twice a year.
It's crazy. So today is the 24th, and you plan to leave when?
The last few days of March, so it's about like 65 days.
So do you
away.
have like a place picked out?
I'm locking down an apartment right now.
That's crazy. Good for you, man.
Thanks, brother. Like I said, like it's good to just have something to look forward to. You know, I've been grinding. Since
Working shows like a madman.
I've been working at least like 3 or 4 shows a week since July. You know,
That's a lot.
traveling to Boston all the time. It's mentally exhausting. At a certain point.
It's crazy.
So I would recommend you take the commuter rail.
I'm trying to get out of working as much in Boston, honestly. Just work the weekends. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm just, counting down the days, trying to appreciate the moment we're in and enjoy it. Like, we just did an hour and 45 minutes. Like, just like that, I barely get to see you guys really anymore. Especially Dan. Fucking miss you, bud.
I know. Yeah, that's a good question. What do I get? This is crazy. Yeah, you guys are going to get all this time you've talked about when you're little kids. You're going to get
Farther away.
Yeah.
I know. Me and him have lived right next to each other for the last 20 years, dude. And now I'm going my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know that one song. You can go your own way.
Fleetwood Mac, dude.
Go your own way.
Yeah, man. I'm writing a song right now about it. It's called Planning My Escape. I'm just talking about kind of like it's time to leave home and create my own, Gotta make a life for myself, which I feel like I already got started down there, which I've said before, but it's time to do it for real this time. COVID ruined it last time I was there. Didn't get the full experience that I was looking for. I got a taste of it, and I was just like, I've been craving it for it ever since.
It's awesome. That's great, man. That's pretty cool. It really is.
And you'll see it firsthand fucking this summer, dude. And
I know, and he's going to continue the EEP out there.
Oh, yeah, and we'll film an episode when you come to visit.
Oh, my God, that would be funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy at work yesterday, and he was saying he likes this one podcast because it said, like, the whole vibe of the podcast, like they've said on the show, is, like, it's the morning after the first night of a bachelor party. So, like, you go out that first night, and then you wake up in the morning.
Right, to start talking about all the stories and crazy
you
shit.
gotta remind your buddy of the shit he did last night, dude. It's like, that's what I want to do when in Nashville, be like, the hot spot for, like...
Right, you'll have all new stories to tell and all that crazy.
Yeah, people to come visit. So, like, say, like, you come visit the first night, we go out, and then the next day, like...
We're sitting there, I got an ice bag on my head.
Yeah, we get up and we just go after the pod and just have some laughs and catch up and tell some stories.
Oh yeah, like every night it's gonna be like a sequel to The Hangover.
Yeah, that's what
There
I
you
said
go.
too to him. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like The Hangover. I love those movies.
First one and third one.
Yeah.
Well, second one I didn't really like that much. But
Bangkok?
I don't know,
Ken Jeong, he's so funny.
I feel like the third one is so underrated. To be quite honest.
I never watched it because I was like,
Never watched The Hangover movie?
The third one.
Bro, the third one's pretty funny, dude. The third one's better than the second one for sure.
With John Goodman. Yeah, this is one of the villains.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta watch that, dude. Come
Well, I recommend it.
on.
Check it out.
Oh boy, you guys ready to wrap it up?
I got a final question for Danny, man.
Let's hear it.
So you said at the beginning, you were like, oh yeah, I'm a space cadet. I'm like, I'm a quiet guy, but I got a lot going on. Let's hear. You got to give me like one good deep thought that you have, like when you're at work, just thinking by yourself. There's got to be something. Because I like the way you said that. Like, oh, I'm a quiet guy, but I got a lot going on in my head.
Wow, you really put me on the spot. Didn't you?
Hot seat.
I don't think there's like really anything right now that might be too interesting. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think a lot. Sometimes
Just like overthinking, or
well, yeah, that's part of it. Sometimes just thoughts come in and out. I know,
Me too, man.
yeah.
I overthink a lot too, man. Just makes you anxious, dude. You're just always wondering if like you're doing something right or
Right.
you know. But like we were talking about earlier, you gotta fuck up to learn, you know, and move forward. So sometimes you gotta make mistakes, and I try not to like beat myself up over it. You know, that's definitely. So I don't know, like I used to struggle with it a lot, but not as much anymore. Like I try to just accept the like things that have happened, but I know like for sure like as a child I feel like that's something that you might have done was like beat yourself up over things, you know.
Yeah. That is one thing. No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. Well, I've learned that the brain is very capable of remembering things that you don't want to remember.
For sure.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I definitely have those thoughts. Sometimes, like I think, like, oh, why did I do that?
It's just
one
like
time?
cringe, yeah. You're just like embarrassed. I feel you, bro.
Jeez.
So it just makes us stronger, though, man.
Well, that's true. True. I agree.
You're very strong physically and mentally, my guy.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
Of course, bro. You know, like I said, I miss you, man. I just love to catch up, and it flies by, dude. It's like we're already done, and you know, it's hard to live in the moment. You know, it's like it just like time keeps flying by. You know, we gotta cherish. You know, I always cherish every time I see you, and we get to like, you know, just hang out and catch up.
Yeah. I missed that.
You know, we used to spend every day together. We used to, you know, just be bros. We'd be at each other's houses all the times, watching movies and having sleepovers and shit.
Yeah, that's right. Even if I did snore.
Oh, man. I miss it, dude. But, you know, we're growing up. We got to take care of shit and make our own lives, and it's going to get better, you know. We got to have faith that things are going to get better. We're grinding right now. It's all going to pay off eventually. So that's a good question I got for you, Dan. I think I've asked you this before, but like if you could do anything in like, you know, in this world and get paid for it and do whatever you want to do, like what would you be doing?
Do whatever I want. Well, one thing I enjoy doing is playing with dogs.
If you get paid to play with dogs.
Not just dogs. I like cats too.
I don't.
Well, I can understand. I don't know. I mean, some cats that I know, you know, they're pretty friendly. Some look like they want to kill me, but
But I asked this before too. It's like, say like you could like own your own gym or like something like that. Would you do it if you had like the opportunity to?
honestly, I don't think so. Like, it's too much of a risk, in my opinion. And I don't know if I would do that well owning a gym. So, yeah, I don't think I would do that.
All right. Anything.
He's thinking practical, right? He doesn't want
I'm just trying
the
to
risk.
Just trying to get this man's like, you know, some dreams out of here. Like,
Oh,
what could you do? Would you go back to directing videos and writing scripts if you could? You know, like what would you be doing?
Let's see, what would I do?
Like, say tomorrow you hit the lottery. You know, what would you be doing? You wouldn't just like fuck around and spend money for the rest of your life, you would have to have something that you're passionate about, right? That you would want to do. Or you say you just didn't have to worry about money, you know, like you had enough money to do whatever you wanted to do.
Now, maybe I would try traveling, try to see the world, try to learn as much as I can. I mean, the reason why I read books is to learn. You know, I feel like it's essential. So, yeah, no, I feel like, you know, reading is something I would probably try to, like, make my purpose.
Would you write a book?
Yes.
There we go. Travel the world, write books.
Yeah.
I like that.
Interesting, man.
Thank you.
I fucking love you, bro.
I love you.
I always appreciate your support. You've always been so supportive of, you know, whatever I do. And always show love. My guy.
Well, you've always been one of my best friends, and I have to support you no matter what because you're family.
Oh.
Absolutely, dog. Through thick and thin, man, you know, through all the bullshit. Always going to be my dog, my brother.
My goodness.
Special moment on the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. Episode 10. My brother Danny Mung, Heavy D, Trapped the Dando.
Hi.
All right.
Wow, what an episode. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Dan, for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
Shout out, Kyle. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. Enjoy. Thank you. Enjoy.